I know the difference between me and her. One, look at her dressed all in pink. Me, black. But this is my color. The pink blanket. And the pink socks, yes. The pink socks. The matching pink socks. But yeah. That the first episode, the shirt that I was wearing, probably the only cute pink top I have in my closet.
Were we going?
Yeah, we're on.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. Like, it's good when you don't know, we just start.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is
Bestie
with my bestie. Welcome back, you guys. My name is Vanessa.
And I'm Marley.
And this is Bestie with my bestie, where we bring you the best tea.
With my bestie.
Period.
That's it.
Period, point, exclamation mark. Boom, gotcha. That's it. Bye.
Yeah. See you guys next one.
So, how are you feeling?
I feel okay after that other whip shot.
Whip shot? We're just taking whip shots, you guys.
Yeah, just
to help the nerves.
You know, it helps.
If you hear us slurring, mind your business.
I know, honestly, just continue. Act like it didn't happen.
I know. We did our first episode. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I think we're more comfortable now.
Definitely. I'm
literally
happy
physically comfortable.
Yeah, literally the outfits were like in lounge time. So
we have our pink blankets on.
We do.
I can fall asleep. The air's on.
Matching socks.
Our matching sockies. And yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. So this episode, we're going to talk about moving in with your partner. Mm-hmm. And what's your opinion on it? What are some advice you can give? And your personal experience. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I personally, I always think it's a good idea, but of course not too soon. I feel like you have to make sure your relationship is ready for that. It took me and Andy forever to finally move in with each other. I feel like we took everything super slow. But I feel our situation is a little different from most just because we've been together since high school. Uh-huh. So, I don't know. For some reason, even now, we're married, but why do I still feel like I'm in, like, just got out of high school? Like, I'm in, you know what I mean? We still have that, like, maybe it's because we met so young, like, when we were kids. Like, literally got together. I was 14. He was 15.
Wow.
So we've been together that long. So I think we still have that little kid mentality together. And
that's good though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's great. I love it. I love our relationship, our dynamic, everything. It's perfect. But I think since we're still, together and that's when we met, I feel like we still just have that childlike feel. And that's what makes me feel like, I don't know, younger in a way. We took everything super slow because we're always like, oh man, but we're barely like,
what's the time frame though? Like how far did you, or how long were you guys, in a relationship when you officially moved in?
Officially?
So you met when you were 14.
2 years ago, we finally moved in together.
How old are you?
I am, so we were together for, I'm like, let's X that question. Okay, see, just kidding. I am 26.
You're 26.
Yeah.
You met when you were 14.
Yeah. So at 24. Oh, so yeah, we were together for 10 years. So I obviously don't suggest, wait till you're 10 years together. It's a totally different, it's different meeting so young versus having an adult relationship from the get-go.
It is.
That makes sense.
I can't imagine, no offense, being with someone when I was 14.
Yeah.
To this day. Kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
But oh my God.
Hey,
Vanessa back then would have drowned.
Yeah. So I guess that's.
So would you say it's easier for you to move in with him now?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we know each other so well.
Yeah.
So moving in together was a piece of cake. We had already obviously spent the night at each other's places and everything.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Whore.
Yeah. That's me. Okay. But yeah, so we already had a feel for that. I just feel like moving in together is so important. I know you're supposed to wait till marriage, properly.
Yeah.
Wait till marriage, then move in together, then finally have sex, have kids, whatever. But I'm No, I feel like that is not the right way to do it. I feel like it's so important to move in with someone first before getting married because you learn so much about that person when you finally move in together. And although like it was super easy for us to move in together, I feel like that's only because we grew up together and it was different. But you just learn so much about the person.
You guys literally grew up together.
Literally. That's what I mean. Yeah.
14?
Yeah.
I'm like still shook on that. You met each other when you were 14.
Yeah. I was 14.
That's so crazy.
I was about to turn 15 and he
That
was
is
already 15.
love.
Yeah. It's great.
That's awesome. Well, same. I am 100% for moving in with your partner first. Like you said, I think it's the best way to truly get to know your significant partner. Like if you think you know them, wait until you move in with them because, my God, you guys will bicker and annoy each other. And as much as you love your partner, you're going to find some stuff out.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to realize
100%.
he does things or she does things their own way and I do my things my own way. And then we're going to clash because one of us wants something to be done how we do it.
Yes.
And that's where it comes to like cohabitating with each other.
Yep.
Where it's like you need to come to a solution, meet in the middle. But sometimes it doesn't go that way.
Sometimes it doesn't. We're just so stuck in our ways sometimes that we're like, sometimes we'll just be stubborn about it and we feel like, this is realistically, like in our eyes, like how it's supposed to go.
But it can be tricky though. So like I said, I'm 100% for moving in with your partner because I think especially before marriage, because there can be some really huge red flags.
Exactly.
And then you're going to kind of see your role and your position in the relationship when you're cohabitating.
Yep.
So like, is he clean? Is she clean? Is your partner messy? What are they doing? If I'm moving in with them, what are the roles that I'm going to have to be taking?
Yeah.
Am I going to be taking more on the cleaning roles, more on the laundry? It's a whole system that you have to figure out. But I think like for us, we kind of jumped into it. Me and Eric.
Yeah.
We started talking 2018 and by 2019, by the end of hold on, backtrack. We started talking May 2018. By the end of 2018, December, I was moved in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, within a few months.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it's like, we knew.
Exactly. I was going to say that next. You can't really put a time limit. That's what I was saying in the beginning. It's like, it's based off of your relationship and only you know if you're ready for that step.
Yeah. And I'm glad because, like I said, you just learn more about this person. Yeah. And Eric, obviously, if you guys don't know, we have an age gap, but that still didn't affect us in any way. I think in some aspects it might because he lived on his own for the longest. Right. Versus me, I literally moved in with him from living with my parents and my sisters.
Right.
So
it's completely different.
Yeah, I went from being in a household where it's like 6 of us all together to boom, now I'm with my partner. It's just us two.
Yeah.
And it's like, crap, wait, I've never done this before. And so hasn't he. But I think it was more of a, like, he has been so used to living alone.
Right.
Doing things his way and how he likes it and how he wants it. And then here I am, like, like, hi, it's me. Move everything over, please.
Yeah, I actually, this isn't like how we do things.
Yeah. But I do 100% for it. And, I mean, we have kids. Right. We did things totally backwards. I moved in with him. We wanted kids, so we have twins and we're getting married next year, so it's like everything's backwards.
But I mean, honestly, it's different for everyone.
Gives a
who fuck? Honestly cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
The only people who I think care are just the older
generation,
by the books.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You guys are the freaking Satanists of the world if you do things the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the good thing, though, about today's generation is they're setting their own boundaries, and we're like, no, sorry, it's 2022, and we're no longer in the old centuries.
Right. Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to move in your relationship.
No.
It's literally just whatever you feel. It's between you and another person. So whatever you guys come to agreement on is all that matters.
Yeah, and everyone moves at their own pace.
Everyone.
So if you are comparing yourself to like your friends or sisters, brothers, and you're like, well, they're moved out and they're married and they're having kids, like
Yeah.
Your time is going to come. Don't even worry about it. You don't know what they're struggling with. You don't know how long maybe they've wanted things to happen for them sooner, what their position is. I just think like focus on yourself, what you want to do. When the person comes along, you're going to know. And then off of that, you'll be able to make your judgment of like, I can see myself living with this person. I can see myself having kids with this person.
Yep.
And I can see myself married to this person.
Yep. Yeah.
So I'm 100% for moving with your partner.
Definitely.
Test the waters out, you know, and then go from there.
Yeah, it also helps you, like, testing the waters out in that way. It helps you realize what you do and don't want in a partner.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's there's just some things, like, some people can't stand it. Like, I know there's some people who cannot, even down to, like, how someone chews.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's some people who are extreme, like, to that point.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's just some people are just super, super clean, and they can't take messiness. You know?
Yeah, so that's kind of like me and Eric, because like I said, I grew up in a household of like 6 of us, and we didn't really clean as we went.
Right.
We would do whatever we wanted, get back to it when we're completely finished, versus Eric is a type of like, once you're done with something, clean it and then move on. So there's a lot of stuff where he's like, what are you doing? Let's, you know, let's clean as we go, please. But now living with him, I feel like matured in a way because I've seen it from his perspective.
Right.
I wouldn't say matured, but I think I've definitely taken a lot of his advice in. I may fight back a little bit on his advice. Believe me, I might bicker back like, I do things my way, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. But now that I'm like, we're going on 4 years, now when I go to other people's houses, I'm like cleaning as I go. Of course, I'm always cleaning other people's houses. But the mentality that I've learned from Eric is like in me mentally now.
Right.
So that's also interesting. Like I'm like a mini him.
Yeah. I know. I feel like just naturally too, you tend to like learn off of each other and you start doing things like the same. You literally become one person.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You start to like talk like them, act like them, freaking finish each other's sentences. Hi, babe.
I know.
He's like probably not even watching this. Just kidding.
Some supporter.
I know, right? Anyway, so moral of the story, move in with your partner and go from there.
For sure.
Yeah, that's kind of it. So that's
our take on it.
That is our take on it. And if you don't agree with us, I don't like you.
Yeah. Honestly.
Your mom's a whore.
Your mama.
Your mama. Take it up with your mama.
Honestly.
Is there something that you had to change about yourself when you moved in with the person?
How I argue when... Okay, we'll go from there. Thank you, Andy. So when it comes to living with Eric, I personally, like I said, of course, I have 2 older sisters and then my mom and 1 younger brother. So as you can imagine, a lot of hormones, a lot of periods, a lot of just women fighting over the stupidest stuff,
clashing.
Makeup, clothes, arguing. So my family, when we argue, we're talking over each other. We're cutting each other off. We're trying to make like our voice the most heard. And then with Eric, he's like, let's sit and talk about our emotions. Can you come at me as an adult and with some respect and please no yelling? And I'm just like, fuck no. Like, what the fuck no? Like, I'm angry. I'm going to vent. I'm going to go off on you. But that's something that I had to learn.
Yeah.
Like, still to this day, he'll tell me, like, can you, like, stop cutting me off? And I'm like, ooh, sorry. It's hard habits to break when you're with someone.
Exactly.
And it takes time.
For sure. But as long as you're working on it and you realize it, that's what's important.
I think if your partner addresses something with you, you need to have the respect of like, okay, this is obviously bothering them to the point where they're communicating with me of how this is making them feel, and how you react to it and what you do with that information is based off like you. Yep. Of course, it's hard to break habits. It's so hard for me to like not instantly go off of impulse.
Right.
As soon as I'm mad or upset or scream or cuss, like, especially now that I have kids, I'm like, okay, I'm more tame.
Right.
I have more control.
You have the patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 years in now, and our communication is definitely a lot better than what it was in the beginning. Because it was like hell in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was, I'm not going to say we were constantly arguing, but the arguments were not mature.
Right.
And I think it had a lot to do with my style of arguing.
Right.
But now that we've lived with each other, I know the kind of communication that he wants. Mm-hmm. There's respect for each other. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I had to learn, because when I argued, I would go off. I didn't care. But now it's like, okay, this is the man that I love. I'm going to respect him, and we need to come to a solution. And so arguing was my biggest flag was my arguing.
Yeah.
So sorry, babe. I love you. We're getting married next year.
Hey.
I do.
Do you?
Right. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like it was very easy.
Me
honestly,
over here. She's like, it was perfect.
Honestly, there are some things I feel like I can definitely clean up after him a lot of the times. And I think I'm more like Eric in that way. It's so funny because when we talk, I feel like I relate to Eric a lot of times.
Oh, yeah. I'm a guy.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Like exactly how you said, I'm like me. Like I love to talk things out. Like if I know it's going to fix something. Uh-huh. But if I know that it's not going to do anything and there's no point, those are times I stay quiet and I'll just kind of, sweep it under the rug. But yeah, so I think Andy grew up in a more traditional, I guess, household in the way that like his mom definitely like cooks, cleans, you know what I mean? And so
Got it.
His expectations were to have that same thing. And
A mom.
yeah, basically. Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Andy.
I know he's like, should I be here right now?
I know. He's like, I'm gonna just go.
I know. So yeah, it's more like that. I'm sure like there's, something that I do too. Probably not. But
I know, we're perfect. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like come on. But that's really it. It's more like him cleaning up after himself. He's kind of like your style. Like he likes to kind of, if he's working on something, he'll kind of leave it there and come back to it later maybe. Yeah. And it kind of like, I can't, like, I'm like, just put, like your
I feel like
your
I'm talking
shoes.
to Eric.
Yeah, I'm like I know, that's so funny. That's it. Yeah, like kind of just like, I'm like, let's find a new spot for this. Like, and I don't like to bug him too much because I don't want him to think like I'm nagging him either.
Yes. You guys can come off very naggy.
Yeah. So I'll kind of just wait it out. Like, for example, there were some golf clubs that were in the living room for, I want to say it's been a few weeks in the living room there. I'm like, I had already mentioned it once. Yeah. And so he didn't move them. And I'm like,
But then once you move them, it's like, where are my golf clubs?
That, or like if I'm moving, he's, oh my gosh, you should have told me, like, and I would have done it for, and I'm like, well, I did tell you, but it's like, it's more things like that. It's nothing crazy or anything. There's the classic leaving his shoes out, his socks and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, seriously. He loves to just unwind as soon as he gets home.
I get it.
But in a non-organized way.
Got it.
I'd prefer.
Yes. Just clean up, please.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's also about like picking what I told Eric too, because I think in the beginning we used to fight over everything and anything. Yeah. And it got to the point where it can be mentally draining. And then you start to think like my partner is, like you said, like nagging about anything I do. And nothing I do is like enough or perfect or good to his standards or their standards. Like, so there was a lot of conflict on that. But I think when it comes down to it is obviously picking and choosing your battles. Is this worth fighting over?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this worth bringing up? Can I brush it under? Like, is it a big deal?
Yes, exactly.
If I think for us too, it's also being a team.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I see something that's out, I'm not going to bring it up to him. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is out again. What I tell you about, like, is it so hard for me to put it away? No.
Right.
So I can put it away and just move forward. If I see something again, like if something else happens that I don't like, am I really going to bring him over here and have a sit down chat over this one thing? No, I'm just going to do it myself.
Yep.
But that's also like I said, just picking and choosing your battles.
That's
is it
super
worth
important.
it? Super important.
Because then I feel like the value of what you say is so much more when you pick and choose. Because if you want to nag or like bring up any situation, any little thing that bugs you, then you're going to like be unhappy if you have that kind of mindset.
Yeah. You're going to be unhappy. Like I said, you're going to mentally think that like your partner isn't enough or, you know, vice versa, etc. Like your mind can literally spiral.
For sure.
And then next thing you know, you're questioning your relationship. You're questioning, why did I even move in with them? This is not going to work out in the long run.
It goes a lot more deeper than what it has to go to.
Yeah. It's like, let me just put his shoes away.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm really going to break up with him because his shoes? No.
Come on. I've thought about it. I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyways, so guys,
moving in definitely does put you in tough situations. But as long as you guys have respect for each other, you guys love each other and know that something so small is not going to affect you.
Right.
You know, you may bicker, you may annoy each other, but at the end of the day, if you come back and understand that you love each other, respect is the biggest thing, and you can move forward, then you guys will be fine. Yeah. Even if it's shoes or golf clubs.
But what if it's like every single day?
Break up with him.
All right.
Divorce.
Well, that's it.
I just totally like contradicted myself. Leave.
Just leave them.
Leave
you don't
them.
Need that. Do you need that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, we can literally go into so much with this one topic, but I think we covered like the basics of it.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. The majority of it.
Majority.
Not getting too much into detail, but
because there's a lot of detail.
Oh, there's
we could talk about the things our partners do.
Oh yeah.
All day.
Every
for
day.
as long as we want.
Oh yeah.
For instance, I'm just.
I know. I actually have a list here.
I have a book published, written with some drawings made by me.
Made by me.
Published by me. It's called Pick Up Your Shit. Just kidding.
Or get the fuck out.
Or get the fuck out. Do what you're told or leave.
Or get out of here. As his head's like, oh man. Put away those golf clubs next time, pal?
Right?
Would you like to get into our popsicle stick segment?
Let me choose.
You have the honors this time.
I do. Let's see. Okay. Does body count really matter?
Okay. I know my answer on it. I've thought of this before.
I want to say it depends.
Okay.
Is it in the thousands? Is that even possible?
That's true.
I think it doesn't. It shouldn't matter if it's like it can't be one-sided. Right. You know, like I feel like a lot of guys or judge women on their body count. Yes. Meanwhile, their body count is like off the rails.
Right.
Everyone in town has at least been with you.
Seen their goods,
done something. And I also think it's more common for guys to have a higher count. Yeah. But it's like when women have a higher count, it's like, whoa, she's a whore.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, no, we're just doing what you're doing. We're having fun. We're living life.
Exactly.
And we're leaving it at that.
That's it, honestly.
So I just think it depends.
Right. So.
But if you're with someone, it should be in the past.
Right.
But also, don't have any form of communication with anyone you've had interactions with. That is a huge no-no.
That's a red flag.
Yes.
That's something I could not be understanding of at all. Like, why? What for? How important is that person, like, over our relationship?
So what's your answer?
You know, I originally was going to say no, it doesn't matter to me personally. But after hearing your 1,000 quote, I'm like,
Well, like, of course, thousands.
Obviously, no, for sure. Like,
what if it's like 200?
I guess it doesn't matter. Like, it won't stop me from being with them.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So obviously, though, I won't be able to like help but wonder, like, you know, have like wandering thoughts of like these girls or kind of like, I would ask myself, do I even want to know who some of these girls are? Should I just not know because it's going to be easier?
Exactly. So here's the thing. I'm the type of person who wants to know. Like if I could tell Eric, I want a list of every single person you've had sex with. Like I would totally do that. But I know a come on, that's like stupid.
Yeah.
2, it's in the past. 3, get over it. 4, it's like
It's going to hurt you also.
it is going to hurt.
As much as you don't want it to, it's like.
But it's like just knowing, like, I want the information. I want the name and a face. But you know, at the end of the day, like I've said, it's like, as long as you just don't have any interactions with them, like, you're not, like, it's, of course it's done. It's in the past. But that was a talk.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it just depends. Depends on number, how you feel about it, because it can mentally mess with you.
Exactly. Like I said, I wouldn't know if I would necessarily want to know who they were.
Yeah.
Maybe I would want to know only the people, like, if they're in our lives somehow.
Yes.
So that when we do see them in public, I don't look dumb. I'm aware.
Yes.
So that's the only time I would really want to know.
That's happened a few times.
Yeah?
That's happened a few times. And it's so funny because I feel like the Devil Wears Prada, where she's like in this event and Anne Hathaway's in her ear, like, this is like on your right. This is her name is this. She's like a fashion designer. This, like, she's giving the information.
Giving all the details.
That's
on that
happened
person.
to us before because he used to live in like the LA area, and of course he's a content creator.
Right.
So we've had less
run-ins.
hand, whatever. What's that? What am I trying to say? Like
you can count the times on your hand.
I can count the times on my hand.
Many.
Yes, I can count the times on my hand where maybe we've been around someone who he's, had a past with, and he'll tell me, he's like, it was stupid. I was younger, it was like, I regret it, but like, just to let you know, like, this person I did have a past with. And
Which is nice.
It is nice because I'm like, thank you for, 1, telling me I respect that, and 2, like, just so I know it. Yes, reassurance.
That it was nothing or whatever the case is, just being honest.
Yeah, but also I feel like because in a way it would help, like, I know I can trust him, but in a way I'm like, let's see how she is around him though. Like, that's how I am. Like, now that I know that they've had a past, I'm gonna watch her.
Definitely. No,
I'm gonna watch this girl.
I think that's everybody.
But then a part of me is insecure, and I'll start to look at her like, does she have something that I don't?
That is exactly why I wouldn't want to know. Yeah. Unless, like I said, they're somehow in our lives, then I would want to know, because then you start comparing and then it can become unhealthy.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're just not happy with yourself because you feel like, oh, well, I kind of wish I had this or whatever it is.
Yes.
Like, as is, I feel like there's always something we wouldn't mind changing about ourselves. So
it could be
adding that to it. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is comparing, because it can be very toxic.
Yeah.
Because I started to do that a lot. I would compare myself to not only their physical appearances, but then I would start to think like, how are they in bed? Were they better than me?
Right.
Does he like... Is seeing her making him remember the time that they were together?
Yeah.
Or like I start to go down that route,
mind
and then
wanders.
I'm like, stop. And then I'll tell Eric, and he's like, stop it. Like, come on. And then he'll reassure me. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm toxic and I'm crazy.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, I'm crazy and I'm insecure, but I need this.
It's totally valid though.
It is
totally valid. Like, if you're in any kind of situation like that, your feelings are valid.
Yeah,
for sure.
It varies, because I think what am I trying to say? I can definitely work on my confidence, which I am working on. Like, it's definitely gotten a lot better. But I think, getting into this relationship, I was insecure.
Yeah.
And I let anything and everything, like, I was comparing myself to literal any women that walked through the door.
I would too.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's tough. It's completely different. I mean, all I had were, like, if anything, like, in comparison to that is like high school, like, oh, who do you say hi to or whatever. But it's not even like, my mind was not like that. But that's literally the only thing I can compare, like, my situation to yours with,
But then it's like, at the end of the day, like, come on. We're the ones they put the ring on. We're the ones living with them. Mm-hmm. We're going to have kids with them. So it's like, who's the winner? I'm just kidding.
We are.
Who won in the long run?
I think we did.
Us.
So, yeah.
Does body count matter? Depends.
Also, so going back to my answer, I don't think it matters really. Like, it wouldn't stop me in the way of being in a relationship with that person.
Yeah.
I would just want to make sure that they got tested.
Oh, 100%.
That's all I ask for. I just want to know you got tested. I want proof. Like, I physically want to see that paper.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, like, letting you know to get your results back. That's it. I just want to make sure you're clean.
Yeah.
And you can't pass anything on to me. And that's really it, I think. Other than that, I get it. We all have like our pasts, our whatever it is.
Our phases.
Yep.
Our, what's it called? Hoe seasons.
Hoe seasons.
The
best seasons.
Like,
You're like, well.
I'm like, oh, well, I wouldn't say that. But, yeah, so that's going to be it, you guys. That was pretty good.
Yeah. That was fun.
I like that one.
Yeah. There's a lot on just relationships this time.
Relationships and body count.
Moving in and then body count. They go, I guess, hand in hand in a way too.
Oh, yeah.
So...
okay, so that's going to be the end of our episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want, go ahead and follow us on Instagram at TWBestie. It'll be somewhere here on the screen. We'll also have our socials linked in the description. And yeah, go ahead and leave us any comments, what you guys think about moving in with your partner, and if body count really matters to you. We can definitely continue this in the comments, or if you're not comfortable, go ahead and DM us on Instagram and we can definitely go from there.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. We'll really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.